Good morning, guys. Gonna have another go at this. Well, it was saltwater powered car, but I tried it with a potato and it nearly worked. So I'm gonna have another go. The kit originally had a carbon plate and a magnesium plate to go into the salt water. I've been running one of my solar rockers off those plates in a potato for about a fortnight, but they completely disintegrated, eaten away. So what I did with my solar rocker was strip down a AA battery, an old alkali AA battery, or zinc carbon in this case, yeah, even better. The case, if we ignore the plastic on the outside, the case of the battery is zinc, and down the middle of it we've got a carbon rod. So what we're going to do is strip out the zinc case and make a plate out of that. And also pull out the carbon rod from the middle and make another plate, well, not another plate, make the, I've forgotten whether it's the anode or the cathode. Anyway, what I'm demonstrating here is if we tear this down and get a strip of zinc, which we will use. Probably a good idea to wear gloves. The metal will be sharp, stripping it down this way, but also this stuff's sticky horrible. We just pull the cap off the top. Yeah, horrible gooey stuff. We should be able to pull the rod out. So there's our carbon rod and there's our zinc. So I'll tidy up a bit. I've got a potato on the boil at the moment because we'll use a boiled potato. It'll probably pay to clean that up a little bit with a bit of sandpaper just to make it shiny on both sides. We don't need much. You know, about an inch of that's probably enough. Would be better if it was a bit wider. So I might try and cut that and make it a bit wider. Right, I sliced the battery down the side with a knife so we could get a bigger plate out of it. And that fella, I think what I'll do is I'll stick it in a drill and put a point on it, just to make it easier to push it in the potato. And same with this, I'll cut it with a point on the end so we can push it in easily. Not sure if I said, but you really do want to wear gloves when you're stripping those batteries down. I have washed my hands 3 or 4 times now. So anyway, boiled potato, that's been boiled for about 10 minutes. Stick that in there. Put a little spike on the end of that, or point. Not necessary, but it should just make it easier to push it in. So we'll just push that in like that. And then this plate is bigger than I needed it to be now. But again, you can see I've put a bit of a edge on it so it's easier to push it in. Okay. And if I remember rightly, carbon is the positive and zinc is the negative. Makes no difference to the car because it'll just go forwards or backwards. So we've got just under a volt. So if we lift it up, probably ought to clean them off. Yeah. Okay, not a lot happening because we can't use the magnesium anymore because it's been eaten up. I was hoping we might get a little bit more than that. But I think that demonstrates the difference between zinc and magnesium. Yeah, it's taking the voltage right down, putting a load on it. Let's take that off. Yeah, it's coming back again. But that is the problem with the potato battery. It produces so little current or capacity that as soon as you put a load on it, it just drains it right away. And look at that. Went up over a volt. But like I say, just haven't got the current to match it. As soon as we put that load on it, drops away to nothing. So, there you go. That answers a few more questions. And that is the point of doing the videos, that people ask questions and I try and answer them to the best of my ability. I did mention the solar snowman. That's what we're talking about. So after we did the saltwater car, I put the magnesium and carbon plates into the potato. We tried running the car with it. We did get a tiny bit of success, did about 4 inches distance. And then I put it in here to demonstrate that if you didn't need the current, then it could run something useful. But after a fortnight, the magnesium plate had completely disappeared, been dissolved or eaten away. So I replaced that with a bit of zinc out of one of those batteries and the carbon rod out of the battery. And you can see he's quite happy because he just wants a minimal amount of current to keep him going. So I put him, gave him the carbon rod and the zinc plate on the 28th of December. And today is the 30th. And just one more thing. If you check the video description, you'll find links to my other saltwater battery power, potato power, lemon power, etc. playlists. I did do one long series of videos where I ended up charging up a supercapacitor from potato batteries and then using the supercapacitor to run an electric car. And that worked quite successfully, although it was a tiny little car, one about that big, using a tiny coreless motor. But that did quite a few circuits of the down there running round a tether. Just for comparison, that's now in a saltwater bath. So that's zinc, carbon, and salt water. And we're still only getting about 8.8, maybe 0.9 volts. In fact, slightly less than we were getting from the potato. Connect that up again. Nothing from the motor. Just not enough current there. And I expect this will have dropped away to nothing again. Yeah. So as soon as you put a load on it, it kills it. I suppose we ought to just check that the motor itself is still running. Just lift that off the ground. Yeah. And that battery. Yeah, 1.5 volts. I think that'll do. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment so I know how I'm doing. And somewhere up here there'll be some links to related playlists. Thanks again.